Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. Let's start today's video with a short story to warm us up. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Price match in the speed lane. There's a local grocery store that does price matching. It also gets local fruit and veggies, so the quality is usually way above what you can get elsewhere in the area. I ran in for just some milk and went to the 15 items or less lane with just a housewife and one other dude ahead. Cashier tried giving the woman a greeting, but no acknowledgement whatsoever. She just starts rambling off prices. Cucumbers are 34 cents a pound at Walmart, tomatoes are 94 cents at Smith's. We'll just say it took a while, or at least felt like it with how rude the woman was. I get up and try to make light of it and say, "I'll try to be easier for you." She just says, "It's all right," and I ask if she's gotten used to customers like that. She did a quick shoulder check and says, "Nope, but I don't think she noticed our produce sale. Half the prices she gave me were higher." I asked, "So what do you do?" I price matched her. Biggest crap-eating grin ever on her face. And our second story. Supervisor thinks I'm slacking off, so I use the system she imposes to get longer weekends. When I was product manager for a retail company, I was on a small team where the product director, PD, expected me to do a bunch of secretarial tasks and run random errands for her. Not in my job description, on top of my own work. Yet she had this idea in her head that I had a poor work ethic, despite me never giving her reason to think so. One day, our supervisor, S, called me into her office for what I thought was our bi-weekly check-in. S: "Hey, my name. I've heard complaints that you aren't putting in your full hours. You're supposed to work from 8 to 5, but PD says you come in late and leave early." Me: "What? Nobody's ever here right at 8, not even PD, and I leave at 4:30 to avoid traffic. You said it was okay because I don't take lunch breaks. We discussed this just a few months ago." S: "I know, but PD thinks you're not getting enough work done this way." Me: "What project haven't I finished on time because I leave a little early?" I can't think of one. S: "Neither can I, but PD just wants you all to be on the same page, so just make sure that you're putting in 40 hours. I'm going to have you report your in and out times to me every day." Me: "Even though I'm a salaried employee?" S: "Yes, it's just temporary, just to make sure things are in order." Me: "Okay, and do you want me to work more than 40 hours? S: "I'm not asking that of you. Once you hit your 40 hours, you're done for the week, same as everyone else." Me: "And it's not required that I take a full hour for lunch?" S: "Not at all. Just tell me when you come and go." I thought about it for a minute, then agreed to her terms and gave PD the stink eye behind her back when I returned to my desk. The next Monday started my trial period, and I came in at 8 sharp. I said hi to the supervisor, who was the only one there that early, so that she'd take note of the time, and stayed right until 5 o'clock. PD looked really smug as we left the building at the same time. I had to sit in traffic for an hour longer than usual. It sucked. All week was like this with absolutely nothing else changing. We still got projects done as quickly and efficiently as before, and I worked through my lunch break as usual while PD took an hour or more to go out to eat every day. When Friday afternoon arrived, I popped into my supervisor's desk. Me: "Have a good weekend, see you Monday." S: "What? It's only noon." Me: "And I've hit my 40 hours. She stammered for a minute and looked at the sheet where she'd been keeping track of my hours. She'd been noting the times but hadn't actually added up the hours as the week went on, because it only then hit her what happened. S: "You didn't take any lunch breaks?" Me: "Never do. You said I don't have to. You also said not to put in more than 40 hours. My projects are all taken care of for the week, so I can go, right?" She looked hesitant, but then reluctantly admitted that, yes, those were the terms we'd set, so I could leave for the weekend. The horror on PD's face as I gathered up all my stuff to go home at noon was worth all those hours stuck in traffic. This timekeeping thing lasted 2 more weeks, with me leaving early every Friday. My projects were always done on time, but now PD didn't have me around as much to do all her little menial tasks, and I could feel how angry she was about it, even as she had to admit that I was just obeying instructions. It was also causing tension with my coworkers who wondered why they were staying full Fridays while I wasn't. Honestly, I didn't even like leaving that early every week because I just worried all afternoon that there'd be a problem with my projects while I was gone. But it was the principle of the thing that kept me adhering to the letter of the law, and thankfully nothing catastrophic happened while I was gone. Finally, my supervisor asked me to go back to my previous schedule and said that she trusted me to manage my own time. I went back to working from 8:20 to 4:30 and was never accused of not putting in enough time ever again. And our last story. Not pay me for the website I built? Say goodbye to your business, house, and reputation. This happened in the early 2000s. I used to be a freelance front-end dev and search engine optimization guru. Back then, getting on the front page of Google was pretty simple. Link exchanging was popular but risky. I never did that, but did have a single website that had serious page rank clout due to it being linked as a trusted source directly from one of the top and most trusted websites in the world. I would use this website for the best clients to get their page rank and search engine position leapfrogging other, older, more trusted websites. One day, I was approached by someone I'll call Bob. Now, Bob sold travel packages. He needed to revamp his basic existing website with a complex website built with pretty risky back-end coding. I could do the front end, but had to hire a back-end dev to build the functionality. I usually ask for 25% deposit up front, but Bob said no. He was stung by the last dev and wasn't going to lose any more money. Now, from the moment I met Bob, my gut was telling me this was going to end badly. The problem was I needed the money, and it was worth quite a lot of money for me and the dev. I skipped the deposit on the promise he paid in full before it went on his server. Bob agreed. For an entire month, we worked day and sometimes all night to get this done in his time frame. With a day to spare, we had it done, and I'd never been so proud of what we'd achieved. I was honestly excited to show Bob. The next day, I sent the link to my test server, and he phoned me to discuss it. Bob said everything looked good, but he was worried his server's PHP version may be too old to run it. I assured him it would, but he said he was too scared it won't, and we'd scrub our hands of it. We went backwards and forwards, but he was insistent the site has to be uploaded and tested on his server before he parts with a penny. I chatted to my dev. He didn't like it either, but agreed we'd upload our work onto his server. Bob gave me the FTP details and server login, and I uploaded the site. I told him it was live, and then nothing. I sent several emails and then phone calls. The emails went unanswered, and the phone went to voicemail. Sensing a major problem, I rushed to my computer, fired up my FTP program to delete our work on his server, and access denied. He'd locked us out. The following day, he went live with our work. For several days, I tried phoning until one morning he answered the phone and said, "Listen, I'm not ever going to pay you, and there's nothing you can do about it." Then Bob hung up. Rage was a good word for my feelings. I was shaking while I still held the phone in my hand. For the next hour, my range of expletives was growing in complexity. As I sat there figuring out what to do, it hit me. Revenge will be mine. I registered a new domain name, which was Bob's Travel domain name, plus sucks at the end. If Bob's website was called bobstravel.com, I'd purchased bobstravelsucks.com. I uploaded our work, basically an exact mirror of his live website, onto my new domain. I used my all-powerful mega page rank domain to link to my new sucks domain. Within a month, my website jumped above his website in Google for every conceivable search phrase you would use for the packages he sold. No matter what you typed in, my site was the first result, and his was always below mine. During that month, I created a second website, which was Bob's full name with sucks at the end. On this second website, I posted what happened, screenshots of his emails, and warning everyone what a con man he is. Bob had a somewhat unusual first and last name. Again, within a month, my website was above his own personal website. I then forgot all about it. About 4 months later, I got a cease and desist email from a solicitor's firm. A quick Google showed the solicitor's firm was made up and didn't exist. I replied back with, "I'm not ever going to take them down, and there's nothing you can do about it." Every now and then I'd get emails from people he'd conned by taking their money for a travel package but never booking their package. I'd put those on both of my websites, making sure those juicy important keywords, his full name and company name, were spread across each negative review. A few more months pass and I get an anonymous email linking to a new domain called My Name Sucks. I'm told to remove my two websites and he'll remove this new one. A quick search, and what do you know? It isn't even on Google. No one could find it. I reply back for a second time with this comment to me. As each month passes, I'm getting more and more people emailing me saying they've been ripped off. I keep adding them to my website. Turns out the travel agency world is well regulated, and they started an investigation of Bob's company using my website as their main tool. I get a call from Bob. Bob is not a happy Bob. In fact, Bob is more of a desperate Bob. Looking at his text now, I know you can almost hear the despair and resentment in Bob's voice. Bob pleads and literally begs me to pull the sites down. Not only is he being investigated by the Travel Agency Association, but he had some very important friends that didn't appreciate the bad press he was causing in their circles. He offers to pay me the money he owed, nothing more, just what he owed. For the third time, and with a massive smile on my face, I say, listen, I'm not ever taking them down, and there's nothing you can do about it. Roll on a few months, and I discover his travel company has been removed from all travel associations. No matter what you typed into Google, my website outranked his, and all the bad reviews on my site were the first thing his potential customers would see. I crippled his business so badly, it went bust. During the collapse, one of his ex-employees contacted me and told me how hard he'd worked to get my websites off the first page. He'd registered dozens and dozens of other domains in the hopes that some would jump ahead. Little did he know, only the top dozen websites in the world could jump it. Apparently, his property was tied into loans on the failing business, and he lost his house too. It took me just about a year to turn his business from a cash cow to a dead cow. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.